Hello and happy holidays. Welcome to Johnny on Fire. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Johnny Spezzano, and with me, my special guest. This is Captain Dominic Nickel from the Salvation Army Watertown. He's the director. Hello.
Hi.
Glad to have you here. We're gonna make a traditional holiday pudding, which is a sticky bread pudding that we use day-old bread. And of course, it's important to remember during the holidays to remember others. And of course, the Salvation Army does so much for others.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about the red kettle, but let's get down to cooking. Do you do much?
A little bit here and there. Yeah.
Can you use a knife?
Possibly.
Captain, we'll have you help us out. We're gonna start with this day-old bread. We're gonna cut it into pieces, into slices. It's best if you use something that's been around the house for a little while. Of course, the Salvation Army Soup Kitchen is a very important part of our community over on State Street.
Absolutely, yeah. We're feeding anywhere from 100 to 200 people a day right now.
Wow. And I understand we're going to talk more about this too. You guys are opening your doors as a warming center as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be bringing in anybody that's in need, up to 20 people, to come and use our gym to have a safe night's sleep.
Now, pudding, I hear a little accent, Captain. You've lived here in Watertown for a year or two now.
Yeah, about a year and a half now.
But where do you hail from?
Yeah, I'm originally from England, so a bread pudding is pretty significant to me. So
what we're going to do, we're going to take this bread. You did great, but we need to cut it up just a little bit more. So what I'm going to do, Captain, you did good. We're just going to throw one more slice like this, and then we're going to soak it in 4 cups of milk. I'm going to go over the ingredients, but let's get our bread soaking. Okay. You want to throw it right in there for me?
Absolutely.
So we've got 4 cups of milk in a bowl. Kind of go ahead and shred it up a little bit. The day-old bread helps because it doesn't fall apart when it goes into the milk, which is going to be handy later. And we're wasting nothing, which is nice, right?
Yeah, that's great.
All right, so we've washed our hands. Now we get to get our hands dirty. You want to do this?
Absolutely.
All right, push that bread right down into that milk. That's it. Get it all saturated just like that. I'll grab a towel for you. All right, that's good. Let it sit right in there, Captain. Take this.
Thank you.
Okay. Now let's go over the rest of our ingredients, okay? You're gonna need eggs, sugar, cinnamon, vanilla, and some raisins. We're gonna combine the eggs and sugar in a bowl right now. We'll whisk it. You know, I was watching you, Captain. The way you smush that bread, you act like you've done this before.
Yeah, this is a traditional thing back home, you know, the butter pudding with the raisins and stuff. That's something that I got to enjoy a lot as a kid. My mom would always make great desserts like this. So we would normally finish it off with like a British custard, you know, nice and runny, nice and warm rather than a caramel, but it sounds good.
Oh, this is gonna be good. All right, well, let's continue. I'll let you add the
Thank you.
raisins. Now we are doing something a little different. We're gonna cook this on the wood fire. Did you ever do that back home?
No, I did not.
Yeah, so hopefully we don't burn it, mess it up. So we're going to add our egg and sugar mixture and our raisins. Oh, this looks good already. Okay. Now keep in mind, you're using that day-old bread, that stale bread, kind of the drier, the better. You could even go to the grocery store and ask them if they have any day-old bread that they could sell to you. All right, so we're gonna mix it all together. Now I have to say, I became a fan of pudding. I travel sometimes to Jamaica, and there's a guy I met there named the Pudding Man.
Oh, wow.
And he makes a number of different roadside puddings. You pull over along the road, and they're right there baking alongside the road.
That sounds great.
And it's a lot of fun. All right, so we're gonna add this to our baking dish. All right, now we did pre-butter this, so if you wanna throw a little butter in the bottom of the dish, it keeps it from sticking. All right. How's this looking so far? Like home?
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna flatten it out. And then we've gotta get the fire ready.
Okay.
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna make some room and prepare the fire so we can bake our pudding for 40 minutes. So if you're doing this at home, 350 degrees for 40 minutes. So we're gonna let that cook. Now we do cool the oven down a little bit, so it's at 350 degrees. I got a little thermostat that we can check that with. So while that's cooking, we'll talk to the captain a little bit more. Watertown Salvation Army on State Street. You guys do an incredible amount of good for people when sometimes they're at their lowest point, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you know, we try and help anybody that may be just in a tough spot right now or been in a tough spot for a while. It doesn't matter how they got there. What matters is how can we help? Yeah. So that's where we try to fit in.
So it could be a warm meal. And I understand you guys have now started a warming station.
Yeah, the idea is that, you know, people need somewhere to go. They need to be warmed, they need to be fed. And that's where the Salvation Army wants to step in. You know, our first kind of go around is that we're a church. We're there to meet the needs of people, high and low. And so that happens from time to time. People get low, and hopefully we can be a stepping stone to help them out.
Do you do anything for children?
Yeah, absolutely. So during the school year, we actually do a just kind of a drop-in kind of center thing on a Thursday night. We have kids all from over the community coming in, and we're able to provide them with a good dinner. We provide them with some fun and games. We provide them with a Bible lesson. So they get to come in and just enjoy a night where they can know that they're safe. Parents don't have to worry about what they're doing out in the community. They know that they're with us and they're having a good time. And so we're able to kind of take that and we use that over the summer as well. And we do a summer drop-in, which runs for about 6 to 8 weeks. And it's a great time to just spend with these kids and just try and give them a safe place to go to have fun. But again, kind of filling that need of feeding them.
Let me ask you a question about you.
Yeah.
How did you get involved with the Salvation Army?
Yeah, so my parents were Salvation Army officers back in England, and it kind of almost pushed me away for a little bit because kind of seeing what they were dealing with day in, day out was hard. You know, meeting the needs of people on a day-to-day basis, it's draining at times. But, you know, it's something that I just fell in love with. I came over to America and worked on a summer camp that the Salvation Army have in Seneca Lake, and just fell back in love with everything that the Salvation Army does. And a few years later, I married a girl I met at that camp, and we both just got pulled into this ministry, into this idea, into what the Salvation Army is, and just really meeting the needs of people wherever they're at.
Well, you guys do an incredible amount of good in our community. Now, this red kettle, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so it was started by a captain out in San Francisco back in 1891. He was trying to come up with a way on how he could do a Christmas meal and feed people, but he had no money really to do that. And so he remembered back from Liverpool in England, they used to have a big pot out and people could throw the change in and it would help feed a meal here and there. So he took that idea and he ran with it. And now all these years later, we're still running with these red kettles, trying to make some money. And you know, we still do the same things today. We do a Thanksgiving meal. We just had one. And we're serving over 800 people a year right now through these Thanksgiving meals, which is just crazy for this community. But it's something that we're so happy to do, to fill those needs. And Christmas, obviously right around the corner now. And we're able to help with toys. We're able to help with meals again. You know, we make sure every family that needs one goes home with a turkey, with stuffing, with cans of vegetables, anything like that. Any way we can step in to just give that community help, we love to do.
Do you guys have a goal of how much money you want to raise this year?
Yeah, anywhere between $65,000 and $70,000 is really the need. That helps us just get through all year. You know, the community knows we do a bunch of different fundraisers through the year, but this is our big one. This is the one that helps us get year in, year out, and make sure that we can continue meeting those needs for the people.
Are the kettles out till New Year's?
They're out until December 24th, so Christmas Eve, and we're all done. Okay. By that point, they've been out since the beginning of November, and we're ready for a break.
Well, I'll tell you what, I want to make a donation right now while we're here. I'll just throw a few bucks in, and everybody do the same. Support your Salvation Army here in Watertown and around the world, and you can make a difference for people.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Ooh, it's hot. Shall we dig in? Does it look like home?
It does. It looks and smells good too. So
Now we did make a sauce to go on it. It's a half a cup of butter, a cup of sugar, an egg, and a little bit of bourbon, which we burned off all the alcohol because you said that you can't have alcohol.
yeah, no alcohol in the Salvation Army.
So, all right. So you ready to dig in?
Absolutely.
Are we ready at home? Is the crew ready? Yes, you know they are. I got enough plates for everybody. I'll tell you what I want to do too, just to make this really scrumptious. Oh, look at that. Wow. Let us make a little caramel design all the way around like this. And then we'll take our glaze and just spoon it right over the top. One more. You want the first bite?
Absolutely.
Happy holidays, everybody. There you go.
It tastes just like my mum used to make it.
Right? Let's do this again here. I can't wait to try it. Thank you so much for joining us for another Johnny on Fire. If you get a chance, check out my Dinner at Johnny's podcast. You can get it wherever podcasts are. I really appreciate you coming into my kitchen today. And Manja, let's eat.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Well,
good.
wow, this is so good. Thank you all for watching. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year to you.
Again, thanks for having me. This is great.
Yeah, I just want to eat.